Ever had one of those moments when you open your mouth to say something and instantly regret it? You fumble your words, your brain goes blank, and you're left awkwardly smiling, silently praying for a distraction, any distraction, to rescue you from the void. Yeah, that was me, all the time. In group settings, I'd either talk too little or way too much. I'd try to crack a joke and no one would laugh. Or I'd say something I thought was insightful and just get blank stares. One-on-one, even worse. I'd rehearse small talk in my head like an actor before a scene, only to completely abandon the script once I faced another actual human being. It felt like everyone else had some secret manual on how to connect, and I was the only one who never got the memo. I'd leave conversations feeling like I had failed some invisible test. I wasn't smooth, I wasn't witty, and I definitely wasn't charismatic. I told myself, maybe I'm just not a people person. But deep down, I wanted to be better. Not because I wanted to be the life of the party or win every debate. I just wanted to feel like myself when talking to others. Without the overthinking, the anxiety, the constant self-doubt. I didn't want to perform, I wanted to connect. And for a long time, I didn't know how. Then one day, everything shifted. Not with a book or a TED Talk, but with a completely random conversation in a bookstore. We both reached for the same book at the same time, cliche I know, and laughed. That tiny moment led to a 20-minute conversation that flowed so naturally I didn't even realize how good it was until it ended. I walked away stunned. What just happened? I didn't plan anything, I didn't try to be impressive. I was just curious, interested, present. That's when it hit me. Being good at conversation wasn't about being naturally charismatic. It was about understanding how connection works. It was about small shifts in how you show up, what you focus on, how you listen, what you prioritize. Over time, I started paying closer attention to people who made me feel comfortable in conversations. I noticed patterns, behaviors, and slowly I practiced them over and over again. I read, I listened, I experimented, and eventually what felt like foreign skills started to feel natural. Here are the 3 rules that changed everything for me. Rule 1, don't respond, extend. This rule alone saved me from 90% of my awkward silences. Here's the mistake I used to make. I thought conversations were about taking turns. You say something, I say something, repeat. But real conversations aren't tennis matches. They're more like improv scenes where the rule is yes, and you don't just acknowledge what the other person says. You build on it. Let me show you what I mean. Someone says, I just got back from Spain. Old me. Oh, cool. End of thread. Cue silence. New me. No way. Where in Spain did you go? Or was that a vacation or a work trip? Or even, I've always wanted to go. What did you love most about it? These aren't just polite follow-ups. They're bridges. When you extend the topic, you're not just keeping the conversation going. You're showing interest, giving the other person space to open up. And when they feel like you're genuinely curious, their guard drops. They relax, they talk more. And suddenly, the conversation feels natural instead of forced. This rule changed how I saw my role in conversations. I stopped seeing myself as a performer. I became an explorer, and that mindset alone, curiosity over performance, was a complete game changer. Rule 2, listen like it's your job. Here's a hard truth. Most people suck at listening. They nod, smile, and wait for their turn to talk. I used to do it too. I'd half listen while thinking of what witty thing I could say next. And guess what? People can feel that. They know when you're not really there, but when you actually listen, like really listen, it's different. People open up in ways they normally don't. They feel safe, understood, validated. That's the superpower of real listening. It makes the other person feel like they matter. And when people feel like they matter, they start to matter to you too. You start picking up on small details. A story they told about their childhood, a dream they're working on, a pain they casually mentioned. Those details become anchors, hooks, depth. Listening doesn't mean being silent. It means being attentive, noticing tone, noticing what's not being said. It means asking, how did that feel? Instead of, what did you do next? It means caring more about their experience than your opinion. And most of all, it means slowing down. In a world of speed, real listening is a radical act. And the people who master it, they never run out of meaningful conversations. Rule 3, build bridges, not walls. This was the rule that helped me go from decent small talker to someone who could actually connect. Because let's be honest, small talk is fine, but no one remembers it. What people remember are those moments where the conversation turns real, relatable, personal, and those moments come from shared experience. That's what a bridge is, common ground, a connection point. You grew up in the same kind of town. You both hate networking events. You both used to watch the same weird cartoon as kids. Whatever it is, when you find that shared thread, it transforms everything. You're no longer strangers trying to fill space. You're co-pilots in a moment of mutual discovery. But you can't force bridges. You have to explore your way into them. That means being vulnerable first, offering up bits of yourself, bit by bit, until you find something that resonates. I started doing this intentionally, sharing more of my my stories, my weird interests, my awkward moments. And to my surprise, the more I opened up, the more others did too. That's the paradox. The more real you are, the more real others become in return. You don't build connection by being perfect. You build it by being human, imperfect, curious, and honest. That's the foundation of every great conversation. So what happened next? The more I practiced these rules, the more natural they became. I stopped dreading conversations. I stopped overthinking every word. And for the first time in my life, I actually enjoyed talking to people. I could walk into a room full of strangers and know I'd be okay. Not because I'd magically become extroverted, but because I had tools. I had a process, and that gave me confidence. But here's what no one tells you. Becoming better at talking isn't really about talking. It's about presence, curiosity, connection. It's about making someone feel like they matter, like they're not just being heard, but understood. And when you can do that, you don't just become good at conversation. You become someone people trust, someone they want to open up to, someone they remember. So if you've ever felt like I did, awkward, unsure, rehearsed, know this: you're not broken. You're just unpracticed. Conversation isn't a talent. It's a skill, and every skill can be learned. These 3 rules aren't tricks. They're habits, and with enough reps, they'll become your second nature. The next time you find yourself in a conversation, try this. Don't respond. Extend. Don't perform. Listen. Don't impress. Connect. You don't need to be interesting. You just need to be interested. And that, I promise you, changes everything.